playstyle as they always do. But if they're going to bring something different with Zachary going into a breach, as he's hovering over right now, this can, and there you go. So this is gonna help a lot for this type of showers control that we want. Getting those flashes and dashes with Baby Bay, they've comboed that a lot, and we've seen that on Haven when they were playing yesterday. I'm expecting the same type of playstyle with these two working together, and having somebody else like Corey as that raise to just open things up on the other end, maybe towards Hookah.
You know, we've heard a little bit from members of FaZe Clan sort of recently as they've discussed their team, and there's definitely a sense of that there are, there are new structures being put in place. You know, Raucus tweeted yesterday, he said, like, I'm really happy that our slower play is starting to gain some traction here. We're actually getting good results from it. But as we sort of felt as we were looking over their previous games, it's not just the slow play from FaZe Clan. It's the variations in pace. They can still bring that speed back in when they need to, but also they can play late hits and they can sort of mix things up on the spot. So that's why they're looking just a little more dangerous. It'll be NRG starting on the attacking side now, with the pistol moments away.
Now you can see for FaZe starting on the defender side, they are setting up for some aggression towards this long to try to get some information there. Like I said, potentially a flash and Nash for Baby Bay to get some information, but they're keeping the Sova on the A side to see if there's any lurk towards A, and he already spotted a few guys. Yeah,
Marv here, dark cover already, and the paranoia in hand. He'll meet the Aldrone and is able to avoid it. Slows Android down, only so slightly, but Marv's able to get the drop on them. It's a bomb buddy kill here for NRG to start things off. 4v4, and with the dark cover so deep on the side, Vans, this is a post plant.
Yeah, I'm expecting that a lot too from NRG. The buddy system between the two duelists seems to pay off for the U control, but the early flank that you saw from Baby Bay already got denied. So NRG are looking in a good spot in this post plant.
EU gets hit pretty hard through mid though, and here goes Zachary just trying to make the way through to U-Haul now. Another flashpoint used, and Corey claims Shanks with the paint shells. Zachary, are you kidding me? Som was not even visible to him there. Looks like a pot shot that I was able to yield him the kill. Now in a 3v2. Daps has showers, but is challenged by Corey, and Raucus cleans up EU. Quite a clean little retake there by FaZe. Assembled awfully quickly.
That was very clean, and we joked about it in the past when we were casting FaZe in the, let's say, mid-days of Valorant, where we're like, these guys are Overwatch players. Why are they not using their abilities? Maybe because since they don't refresh, they don't use them at all and they keep it towards the end. But you saw how beautiful that was when they came back into the site. Corey with the paint shells on the corner. Zachary with the pop flash or the flashpoint through the wall. Of course, it was covered by the dark cover, but at least to have that intuition to clear those areas with the utilities shows a different side of FaZe.
I mean, to have 3 charges of Flashpoint if you're willing to buy it. I mean, the fact that you can carry so many with you as breaches is very, very powerful. And a lot of our teams in North America are starting to adopt that. All the Ion Sheriff's out. Baby Bay absolutely unhinged. Just hurdles down B long. And a Cloudburst might actually get him out alive. This is mental. He's just going to make it out.
That is crazy, and like I said, the flash and dash this time it surprises NRG, and this is the first time they see it, because the pistol round, everybody was focused towards the short A side, but this is definitely something that NRG could look forward to in the future rounds, in the gun rounds as well.
Shanks here is just going to peer in from Hookah and see if he can find any opportunity. Force someone out into the open with this paint shell, and for the 1 dig, not to be in. I mean, we're looking at Baby Bay. He looks a little sheepish there in the corner with 12 HP, but yeah, he was able to find that kill. He comes to squeeze a little bit. Som's already fallen down now. Paint shells force. Octagon's going to force Android back a little bit. That's going to hurt in the morning. And FaZe have this on lock.
It was a flashpoint. I mean, they get the last kill quite easily there. And like I said, once they get the first peek towards long B and they fall back and stay alive, knowing that Baby Bay is low on HP, what I do like about them is that they don't get a kill and keep going. It's not like Baby Bay is going to continue to hunt some people down. They played the numbers to their advantage, and with the crossfire that they had towards B, if it did start getting very hard for NRG into the site, then you had the counter flashes from Zachary, you had the paint shells too.
Astra Stars?
Yeah, man. Little Easter eggs. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that. Big fan. 70% of you in Twitch chat voted that NRG would come out on top on this map. Not a great start for them so far as FaZe and head into a bonus.
I like the change. So they put the Sova instead, but at the same time, if you're paying attention to that mini-map, where they actually had Zachary and Marv working together towards showers, Daps had a camera up, and it actually did tag Marv. So that early aggression towards shower has to be surrendered, where potentially NRG could try to take over that mid-round as they're holding a default.
Yesterday, FaZe really tried to work hard to take control of extremities on defense. Haven, they really pushed up long A. This time they wanted showers. It'll be denied this round, and Shanks is I mean, that's pretty rough, right? You get tagged down to 3 HP and you get very little. You don't even get much information.
You wasted out the utility too, so when they're going to try to get into the site for energy, they won't have that much. Shanks only has 50 HP, but it's still better than having 3 versus NRG's raise.
I mean, that fault line really throws a spanner in the works here for NRG. They still want to work onto the site. Cyber Cage is there, and Flashpoint is going to pay off. Zachary, though, doesn't expect Daps to push so deep through U-Haul now, and EU's going to have the plant. FaZe Clan, for now, just wait until everybody's in position.
There's still 2 people low on HP, though. Corey, they're on a bonus. It's not too bad. You want to try to get this round, and you'll be super happy, and you'll be accomplished right now if you're able to stop NRG at this point. Corey
tries to push close towards Showers with that blast pack, does not find anything. EU's done a good job of keeping his head down right now, and look, he does have a recon ball if required. Raucus. A little bit of action here in U-Haul. Here comes the defuse attempt. Babybay gets rid of Shanks and Raucus is there. It's a 2v1. FaZe have turned it around somehow, and Som is 11 HP. It's not going to be enough. And FaZe get themselves the brace, the full 3 rounds to start the match off. And I'll be very pleased to get a win on the bonus.
That's the word I was looking for. Pleased. Not accomplished, not happy. Definitely pleased, but definitely happy after that one too. And when you looked at NRG, how they played that triple into U, I like that position. I like how they played it. And I think even it was Som's paranoia that was thrown from short from them to try to fight out. But FaZe continues to be very strong here on their utility usage on these retakes. And the way that Zachary played towards that site, I really liked it too. He reminded me kind of like that shut up when he switched over to Breach, where he sets himself out for himself on these flashes to get these peaks. He couldn't get the kills, but at least you know that you got to be aware of Zachary's selfish plays at the same time now.
A lot of NRG pings in towards Hookah there. Maybe concerned about an early push from FaZe Clan. The knives are out. The smeaging is about to begin. Bomb buddies cross over each other inside Hookah. And the paranoia is from both sides. Shanks is nearsighted. Bomb buddy gives him a tickle. And he's going to go down there to actually the latter half of the paint shells. Not ideal, but Android is able to find one. Just, again, opportunistic play here from Hookah. But here come the knives. Babybay throwing shapes. And Marv is on the flank here. This is going to be pretty brutal for NRG. Still a 2v2 though. Again, another kill found with just the Sheriffs. NRG cobbling together whatever they can with this half buy, this weaker buy, but FaZe still saved them off.
Yeah, you're still content with NRG on this half buy that you had to get 3 kills, but the thing is, Babybay went only Sheriff and Knives, which means he knows at some point he wants to get the Operator, but knowing that NRG were going to be super aggressive on that last round, he decided to just stay back, play a little bit off angle with those daggers, and it paid off in dividend. And at the same time, you got to give props to Shanks trying that Ferrari drive-by into the Hookah, but it's still FaZe that maintains very strong. Corey even got the kill with pink shells.
This could be a flash dash out of Showers here. All right, attempted an early play here, but it looks like the flashpoint was pretty telegraphed, and NRG were able to stay safe.
Yeah, by the time that flash comes out, you haven't really made it around the corner yet, so it allows you to get a good position out of the way, but now you're fearing to try to take over that A side.
Oh no!
Okay.
The smoke clears. Still, Raucus is able to trade out that kill, and that's what FaZe are doing right now, Vans. They play so aggressively, but there always seems to be a contingency in place.
Yeah, this is where they play the numbers. Get kills, trade, fall back. I really like this right now from FaZe.
Passive hold on the side here for Corey. Dark covers up. Oh dear, there could be problems here. The curtain comes down, and that's the showstopper still. Android going to find Corey as he leaps across the site, and we are in a 2v2.
I was going to say,
have the players in position, but run it back here for Android to get some info. Maybe a bonus kill, but that's less likely.
Yeah, it's pushing them back all the way too. So they're both having to play back towards spawn. The thing is, you don't have any smokes. You have selfish smokes. You have a recon dart that you're waiting for, but that allows Babybay to sneak into the site.
Som, though, has a feeling, he'll get a push from this direction. Babybay not even scoped in, so that's a fairly elementary pickup for Som. Raucus has a recon bolt here, but again, he's dealing with 2 players facing very different angles into the shadows here. Now, Som's going to be able to spot out Raucus. They know exactly where he is, and a little bit of cheeky footwork there for Som means that Android finds the kill, and NRG get on the board, Vance.
Yeah, they had to use a lot of ultimates to be able to get that, but you'll take it for sure. It's a good way to end the momentum right away of how FaZe was controlling this first half. So getting that from the shadows, outside from Som, spotting where the last player was at, especially when it wasn't planned for them, right? You saw how Som had to bunny hop outside of Hookah to try to get as close as he can on that 1 versus 1 with the trade, just in case from Android to secure that round. You're happy. You started things off. It's 4-1. It's a regular scoreline.
Fanslet might try and go for it again. FaZe here in Showers. An early play for that part of the map. NRG surely got to be wise to this. Okay, Cybercage, Fault Line, and Baby Bay can't see a damn thing. Daps is more than happy to take a breather here instead of peeking out and getting his face shot off.
Yeah, and that Fault Line also allows him to get better angles. So now when Daps wants to try to work back towards Showers, is Baby Bay going to be on the right side, on the left side? He doesn't have that much utility but the camera to be able to spot him. So Baby Bay is in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, that's map control and information denied with you know, the push up on that particular extremity. Corey has to very quickly head for the hills as it's a paint shell thrown in his direction. He can just blast back out. And NRG, really, they're scratching. You know, they're trying to dig up something here across the map, but they don't really know much.
Like you said, they have a hard time getting map control right now, especially towards Long. At Long, while this action was happening towards Hookah, paint shells after paint shells, there was even an owl drone towards Long B. So everybody has to condense back, bottled it back into short, where there's, once again, Zachary and the op of Baby Bay.
Patience for Baby Bay. He stayed there all round so far, but it doesn't pay off. The shot swings just a little wide. Som and Marv now. I mean, again, Som is nearsighted. He would still be able to see Marv had he pushed into U-Haul there, so Marv just takes his time. Teleporter could be a quick rotation towards B here, and this is good. It's going to be hard for FaZe to match this kind of pace.
There might be a 1 versus 1 into the site here, but no, Shanks just went through the portal. The thing is, Corey's still at Octagon. He could backstab some people right now.
They're not ready for advance, and the first head goes rolling. Som is down, and it's a 4v2 situation here. Hunter's Fury going to be used here from the back of the site. EU knows that his goose is cooked. 4 players still standing for FaZe there, and NRG just start to get their head above water, and once again, they start to gurgle.
That is clean in terms of a retake. No plant, not checking Corey. I guess they pulled off the rotation quite well because of the shot that was missed by Baby Bay inside the Showers. But they have to check those corners. They have to make sure for NRG that there might be one more player from FaZe lurking, being a menace somewhere inside that site.
Right here.
I mean, there was 6 seconds left there. Like, NRG have no choice but to make it here on a site that they don't know much about. They try and make a quick rotate.
You got at least 4 guys going inside the site. If one's planning, everybody's looking towards spawn. Somebody check that Octagon.
Owl drone now as Hedwig is released by Raucus. Nothing discovered, and this is NRG trying to starve a little bit of information of their own, but nobody expects Corey to be in the house. That's 2. Oh, and I guess, yeah, I mean, that's brutal now. You're already working with very little in the round, and Som says, okay, well, I might just dark cover this and see if I can find something. And insult to injury is he gets a bit of a tasing for his efforts.
And look at the eagle right now. Baby Bay gets pinged by the dart, and he's like, screw it. I'm just going to sit in there, aim down the site. If anybody wants to peek towards B, I'll just take you down, even if I'm pinged. So they're playing with a lot of confidence. And when you're looking at Corey, this is his second showstopper in like 2 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So he's building up these kills, and this is making things so difficult for NRG to at least get set foot into the sites and even get a spike down.
And here's the thing. Hunter's Fury and Neural Theft have been sat on by NRG for the last few rounds at least. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure Daps is just like, give me a corpse. There's no chance for me to get good value out of it at all. Zachary meets EU here in the middle of the map, and he falls. And NRG haven't had a really good opportunity to make use of these ultimates. In fact, fans, they rarely go into a late round with any sort of player advantage. This has been very difficult. They're losing these rounds in the first 10, 15 seconds sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Early map control has been so difficult, and Corey is one of these guys right now when you're looking at this replay. Like I said, NRG are going to try to work the duelists together to try to gain that map control, gain that map support with Shanks and Android. And they really want to try to use that showstopper to get into the site. But if they go towards Long P, Baby Bay's opping. If they go towards Showers, then you have Marv with the paranoia and the flashes. If they actually try to get into Hookah, well, it's Corey with the paint shells. It's Corey playing close, playing far. They keep NRG guessing, and NRG has no answer to it so far. This is beautiful display from FaZe.
Yeah. It's a tactical pause for NRG, and it makes sense that this is the moment it happens. They have a chance to buy into the next round. Som and Shanks have only half armor, but it'll do. Man, silly. How do you play against this kind of style? How do you get this information without having to trade your teammates' lives for it?
I think right now, if they really want to try to get Baby Bay out of his position, because for quite a few rounds, we haven't seen this combination of Baby Bay and Zachary anymore because Baby Bay has an operator. So the flash and dash or trying to play aggressive is not really going to happen like they did towards the first round. So if they actually do want to try to push Baby Bay away, use EU into your favor. Use the Owl Drone, push him out, gain that map control slowly, get that Long B, triple guys pushing up towards Long B, execute towards B site, maybe finally you'll get your showstopper in.
Zachary there ready for a flashpoint very early. Again, I mean, you said there won't be a flash and dash, but I'm seeing Baby Bay pushing straight up under his breath. My precious. He's looking for a head to pop, but there's not a lot going on. Marv just used dark cover and showers as well, so FaZe still want to control that part of the map, and it's another free kill for Baby Bay early in the round, Vance.
That's it, and that's towards short A, and that's the first time he stands in that position, so NRG never saw that coming. And like you said, Uber, another 15 seconds into the round, another man advantage for FaZe.
NRG, they have a little bit to work with here, but how deep into the pockets do they have to dig to get their second round on the board? Right now, you see NRG pull back out of short A. They say, well, I mean, we know Breach often plays this side. We know the operator is also here. Marv has used his second dark cover in showers right now as well. So essentially, he's trying to deny that part of the map from NRG. This is what FaZe do. They lean so heavily into one part of the map and kind of force NRG to go the other way. Slow this rotation is occurring.
And they tried to do an owl drone to try to get some information at the beginning because EU put that towards showers, but there's nobody behind it to act upon it. So to try to have Shanks, to try to have Android use those abilities as the attacker is not paying off. But look at this, we've creeped up forward. This is actually going to be good because Dab's getting the first point inside the site. The Showstopper is going to come in to clear out space.
NRG trying to play ahead of FaZe's utility right now by sneaking into B, and it's worked pretty well. No, Shanks! It's a showstopper to stop his show. He comes around the corner.
Oh my
God.
God.
Have no idea what he'd be walking into. And again, this is FaZe finding a way to get value out of these key ultimates. Now, Rolling Thunder completely interrupts. Daps with some heroic work, 2 kills with the rifles. He's been left behind an elbow. The spike is on the side, but there's just no time. And again, FaZe put NRG in a position where they're damned if they do and damned if they don't.
And you don't care if you've lost people, money, or whatever in that round for FaZe. You've won now 3 rounds in a row. Rockets was at 9K. They could buy an operator for anybody on the team, 2 or 3 if they wanted to, but they just keep it for Baby Bay. And the answer right now is they still don't have one for NRG. They thought they made it to the end, the light at the end of the tunnel here, Uber, but then it got stopped by a showstopper from Corey, and that canceled any plan. That show, and even a Rolling Thunder from Zachary canceled the plan, and that's less economy for a low buy for NRG into this round.
The lower that clock ticks, the more pressure gets put on NRG to come up with a way to break through. Ian out, our drone. Corey gets caught here, so Shanks gets an opening. Takes just a little bit of damage now, but Raucus gets a little bit more nervous about what might be coming. Curveball around the corner, trying to hold from that position. Raucus able to find the 1 kill on Android and get away. This is buying a lot of time here. A second kill on top of the container, and now we're in a 3v3.
He's done his job. I mean, they lost Corey early into the round. He's holding in the back of the site, letting his team rotate as fast as they can. The good news is that finally we get a spike down for NRG, and we can finally potentially use a Hunter's Fury for a post plant.
The knives, they are out, and Baby Bay taking his time pushing onto the side now. Fault line there, just thrown over container and the dash in. Cloudburst also used. FaZe very quickly re-established some control of the site here, but they still need to push to the extremities, and Daps is waiting. He gets himself too. The man's been so hungry, and now it's up to Marv to try and make something happen. NRG, it's early action that goes in their favor that ultimately seems to yield them this round.
You're happy that EU was still alive there on that 3 versus 3 because it looked scary. You still had a flash and dash available for Zachary and Baby Bay. You saw how fast they got into the site for a FaZe. But getting that recon dart out of EU from long B just to get the ping to force these players from FaZe out into Octagon allowed Daps to lurk out from Hookah and get that double kill to secure that round. It was very well done in terms of synergy for NRG.
I mean, they get a post plant, Vansili, without Corey in some sort of weird backstabbing position, right? Yeah. They know they can play off the side that FaZe have to try and, retake or almost execute as defenders. Here's an Aldrone down mid here, and 2 players stacked inside bathroom for FaZe. This should get spotted out. This means NRG can go.
Oof. And that's a big opening towards Marv. That was Android popping in with Shanks at the same time. The Hunter Security take down Zachary, and he's already down. The site is open, and the rotation's already out with a flank coming in from Corey.
Okay, almost a carbon copy of the previous round, just on a different bomb site this time. Finally, there's use for neural theft. Now, Daps has the information about exactly where the remainders of FaZe are. And Baby Bay can only really play from heaven here. This is rather sneaky from Raucus as he's trying to advance his position somewhat. He knows that U-Haul is going to be occupied. There's a player over on the site there, and Som gets revealed, but time is very short here for FaZe Clan. They need to make a move pretty darn quickly, and Daps has a beautiful swing connection on Baby Bay. Corey picks up the operator, but there's not much to do now on his own, and he knows that, He's about done. Maybe he can pin some people in place to be taken down by the spike ultimately, but no exit possible. And that's a great round from NRG. Finally starting to find a little bit of that speed.
Yeah, a great flawless for NRG. Actually, they lost 2 players on the spike going off, but that's okay because NRG, that's a second run in a row. You saw they're already hunting down FaZe because they want to dwindle down that economy. Getting 2 rounds in a row, seeing how it was 7-1. Look at the position for FaZe in their economy. Zachary stuck with a Stinger, or sorry, a Spectre. We have a low armor for Corey, and they could potentially go for another save if they lose this one here. So NRG might have a chance to come back in a 7-5 scoreline. So a great execution, great way for NRG to continue to scale their ultimates. We saw a showstopper on one round, a round after it's a Hunter's Fury. This time, potentially a run it back.
What is, I mean, baby, but again, the audacity on this man. Android just gets his head lopped off. Some obviously teleporting into a pretty nasty position here in elbow, but reveals himself rather early. Again, NRG are shorthanded in a huge way. That momentum, that ship is well and truly sailed. What a ridiculous opener from Baby Bay.
Like I told you, Uber, about the potential of going with the Owl Drone towards Long B to try to get rid of Baby Bay, but Baby Bay had a Vandal at this point and not an Operator, which is why he had that support from Zachary. So they hear the Owl Drone coming around the corner. They don't care if they get tagged. That's going to catch some people off guard because everybody's just waiting on that information play coming in from EU. So a flash and dash, surprise some people while you're blinded or while you're tagged. They're going to be blinded. You get a kill, you get a numbers advantage.
Frustrating for NRG is that they do clearly want to try and set up some sort of execute on the sites, but they keep getting interrupted. They keep getting preempted by this early aggression. Last round of the half here, and last chance for NRG to make something happen before they will move over to defense. Okay, a lot being invested. Even a curveball. Look at how much focus is on Showers, and no one from FaZe is there.
Yeah, it's going to be so passive for FaZe right now. They have so many flashpoints at the same time, and they get nothing out of that Hunter's Fury. They just know there's one player at you, and that's it.
Yeah, a bit of damage on the Baby Bay there, Marv. Excuse me, Marv!
God.
Straight through the teleporter and straight to safety. He goes low. Zachary does fall, but Baby Bay sat in the back of the site, ready to receive an Android. All on his lonesome, and there's the information. Marv sees everything he had to, and maybe a little bit that he didn't want to.
And that's it. They saw one guy towards you, but I didn't know there was 3.
Android now is, I mean, he's trudging into U-Haul. This is not a sprightly walk by any stretch. He knows that there is a almost insurmountable task ahead of him. 37 seconds left in the round. Either NRG have no time left in the round or plenty of time and not enough players. It's one or the other for them. They just want their cake and eat it too. Android, he's done with the diet. And Corey's going to wait around the corner here. He will be able to get him, but that is it. And FaZe, they starve NRG the entirety of that first half. Vansili, NRG have a chance now to move to defense, but FaZe looks like they're baring their fangs and ready to roll. We'll see the second half of Bind on the other side of these messages. Those familiar with the FaZe clan way of doing things probably aren't surprised to see such aggression from them on the defense, Vansili, of the first half of Bind. But now on attack, this is where we might get a chance to see that evolution of this FaZe clan team, the one that really can slow it down when they need to. NRG, they look like they really struggle to make anything happen on attack.
This composition just suits their playstyle. FaZe just looked very good on the defense, playing aggressive, and now it's your turn to hold the helm and be aggressive yourself. This could be very good for FaZe. The thing for NRG, though, is you'll notice this a lot. They have 4 players right now towards the B side on the defender side, and that's something that they could also do on gun rounds. Having 1 player anchor, and then having 4 players stack a site.
Previously, FaZe Clan would just run into this site, but let's see how much information they can gain, or if they can actually be tipped off to how heavily B is currently stacked. So the breach utility gets used towards elbow, and actually a lot of damage on EU here. He is super low, and Baby Bay avoids a shock dart.
Yeah, exactly. That's already 1 utility taken away here for NRG. So that dwindles down to defense onto the B side. But again, the thing they don't know is that it's 4 players. You did see the orb get picked up by Breach, though. So that means they might focus on Zachary farming these orbs so they could get some entries with the Rolling Thunder.
Another recon bolt, and the rotation. Now, we don't know what Corey knows too much from A short. Baby Bay's probably trying to sell a fake here, and this might work. You see NRG getting a little tentative here towards Hookah. They peek that and they realize, no, we still need to be at B.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they hear a second teleporter, they hear a third teleporter. Now they know it's heading towards A. What a big brain play for FaZe to just pull out the rotation one more time.
Yeah, okay, so NRG now, again, it's tough for them to match the pace here. It's a slower rotate from B to A than from A to B, but FaZe will still be able to get to the site. 4 players here into the post plant. Som is in the most front and center position. He's able to receive Marved, but the response is quick as Baby snapped his head off. Oh my, this is going to go one way very quickly. Shanks is able to get rid of Corey inside U-Haul. The frenzy rings out. It's a 3v2 in the post plant, and Baby nicely set up by Zachary. I mean, this is what people have been asking for, to see FaZe start to use those abilities to set one another up. And, you know, I got asked yesterday, Vans, we got asked if this team is built around Baby. Initially, no. But you definitely feel like Zachary is in such a good position to enable this aggression from Baby with his utility use.
What I do like about FaZe is that recently they picked up a coach, and a coach that I don't know about. His name is Coach Trippy. He joined Twitter in November of 2020 and started tweeting January 26th. So who is this guy? And from what I've heard is that he is the one that recommended the composition for FaZe, but the strategy is still in part picked up by every single player of FaZe and built around each player. So they have to work around their play style, and it's paying off super well.
A lot of the conversation, Vance, has been about FaZe so far on this map, and NRG have really struggled to, you know, put themselves onto the headlines. Again, they stack B and put A in a retake scenario here.
This is normal too. You're on an eco, you're trying to surprise some people on stacks. You'll get the information of the camera if you can, if the hit's coming in towards the A site later on. And when I said it was big brain, it was still the same strategy for NRG. They're okay to keep Daps by himself towards A heaven with that camera. But looking forward, looking into these gun rounds, they need to act a little bit more on information, and they don't really do it so far, at least from the first 2 rounds that we've seen.
I mean, the further off the site you play, I guess the harder it is to read what your opponents are doing. You know, even if you have a Cypher cam inside showers, sometimes like you just don't know what's happening on the extremities of the map.
Agreed.
Shanks is in a position here. Oh, he's walked past Corey. And now, I mean, he has to go through from showers. Now, FaZe thinks that showers is clear, but it is a 5v2, Vansily.
Yeah.
This is a Herculean task.
You're just trying to... Never mind, you still have Zachary watching showers. So even if you walk by somebody, you still see that FaZe on a pulse plant. They still have the communication of, hey, who's watching what? Nobody's watching showers right now. They don't really have to add pressure into there. They're just watching from it from long range into the other side of the site. So FaZe, they look complete. They look really good as a team right now. And now looking at the 4 rounds, we finally have a gun round for NRG. This is going to change a little bit now, where EU is going to try to get the information potentially with that recon dart towards long, and the showers control is going to be very aggressive too.
Losing both pistols has really hurt NRG in this map, but this is a must-win round if there has been any so far. EU is, again, this is just the little strafe shoulder peek here. You know, expecting FaZe, as they often do, like to take an early duel or something like that, but they actually keep their presence secret as they move up towards Octagon.
So this is what I'm telling you about. Leave maybe one player towards that A site once things calm down. Stack up towards that B side. You play the retake with the Cypher on the other side of the site. But the thing is, they're playing retake on B site very passively too, because they're just letting FaZe into the site. So you're giving a lot of map control for FaZe. They're just capitalizing on it.
Wow, I mean, EU's able to find Zachary through the smoke there. Those are the kind of things you can't really account for. But yeah, NRG put themselves automatically in a retake position. They stacked 2 players towards elbow and it got smoked. I mean, what do? You have to wait. But patience seems to be paying its own kind of dividend for NRG right now. Post plant is here. Corey is unhinged, apparently. He just walked straight into that. A bunch of NRG players ready to tear him to pieces. And now Raucus is left with what remains, which is not much at all. NRG, a must-win round. They do take it.
It does make sense in the end. I mean, it's a bonus round for FaZe. You're moving in with Spectres. I saw a judge from Corey. So you're giving him that spacing for FaZe to get a plant. You still have 5 players alive. You have a bunch of utility for the retake too. But even with FaZe, thinking and knowing how confident they are, they're going to walk into these type of rifles and the off angles that NRG are holding, and they held off very strongly. And if you're looking at the frag distribution right now, Corey's at 18-9-4. He's kicking it right now in this first half, or the second half, or game overall. Well, for NRG, it's been pretty even. They're just not winning their individual fights either.
Eyes up.
Again, FaZe likely to play back a little bit early in the round. You'll notice there's no real presence towards A short right now. NRG want that early showers control. They get it, and they get a kill as well. That is definitely Marv being punished.
That's a big kill too, because that smoke's already down for FaZe. It's going to make the execution a little bit harder, and the flash and dash eventually may not happen either, because they're spread out across the map.
Zachary's considering pushing a smoke on the shower side of the map, but elsewhere, Corey is going to be spotted by this camera. And see that?
Yep.
Curveball is being readied. The double swing on a Corey if he's not careful. I mean, also the paranoia. This is quite a squeeze on him, and they will get rid of him. NRG now starting to figure out some of the rhythm and the rhyme to FaZe's movements.
Yeah, and that's telegraph NRG right there. Just having a camera, getting control towards Hookah. Even if it's just for one kill, you'll see Som come through that teleporter, throw that paranoia, and if they don't get kills, he actually teleports across into Hookah into safety. So expect that for NRG if they survive the future rounds of this map.
Suffice it to say, Vancilli, that much of FaZe's sort of nest egg has dwindled.
Yep.
Having to buy guns into a couple of consecutive losing rounds here, and NRG would absolutely love to compound the issue, but 30 seconds remaining. You see the NRG play a little bit further forward, right? They play into Hookah there. They have a camera set fairly far forward. It's that early peek on towards showers that really gets them rolling in this round. Speaking of the latter, Zachary will have a chance for that ultimate in the upcoming execute, but right now it stays in his back pocket as he tries to stay alive.
Correct. Even if he stays alive here, the money should be low for FaZe, and he's going to get one, but his position's given away. Now flash to flash, and he's going to get that one too. Actually, that's not too bad. Now chase from behind. Is that going to work? Oh my God.
That cold! That is disgusting. Yeah, okay. If Zachary gets any more than that, then, you know, NRG is starting to shake their heads in dismay. Still, you can see money's fine. Having to rebuy those weapons is annoying because NRG would like at least some insurance or some resilience to their economy if they want to mount a proper comeback here. But this is that early play, man. This really sets up the round.
Correct. And now you're seeing 3 players from FaZe just one orb away from an ultimate, including Baby Bay. Now you only run into this round with 1 rifle or maybe a half-buy potential for FaZe. I'm wondering if they're going to try to work together here to get Showers control or Long B just to give an orb here for Baby Bay and maybe even Showstopper to the site. And yeah, there you go. They rush into this Showers. Wow.
That was a fault line setup. That wasn't even the Rolling Thunder, and both NRG players get punished for trying to aggressively take control of Showers. It's all going wrong for NRG. It's a 3v5 now, but Baby Bay's got the knives out. You know he's ready to throw.
Oh my God.
He just walked straight into it. He's already got himself in such a far forward position now. Android's able to deal with that threat, but FaZe have 4 up against 1 with 3 ultimates, and Android says he blinked and his team was just gone. Vaporized.
Even EU rotated with his knife out. They did not expect how close Baby Bay was going to be into that one. And there you go. Android falling. Map point on I would say a half-buy, even a thrifty, where your guys that needed to get the orb just rushed into the Showers and got the kills to get the orbs necessary and the ults necessary, rather. And Baby Bay was the one that opened things up right after that for FaZe into the site.
Vancilli, you hear the doorbell ring? And then Baby Bay's in your pantry, destroying your bacon. He's just crumbs all over the floor, man. I don't think NRG were really expecting the pace. I mean, he probably double up drafted and dashed across the site awfully quickly. But that is the danger with FaZe. They can turn it on in an instant. And that's one of the things we've had to say about the change of style. They start so slow, but the early play towards Showers, that variation catches NRG unaware.
That one single variation caught them unaware, and now it's looking good here for NRG at least. But you do have an ult from... Okay, he's gone. Things are safe now.
Well, you gave yourself some excitement for just a moment there, but NRG, they're back in the driver's seat here, Vancilli. And with plenty of those ultimates to work with, Showstopper. Yep, that'll put Raucus to bed. That one was sent FedEx.
Confirm those kills. You're good.
Yeah, he will slink away.
Okay, well, this is not so bad, but the thing is, going into this round here, FaZe potentially going to be on a buy still, because remember, the round that they won 2 rounds ago was a thrifty. Thankfully for NRG, they didn't lose that many players, so they don't have to afford that much going into this round. So it's going to be a full gun round, and they still have the Rolling Thunder. But the thing is, right after they get into a Rolling Thunder into a site, there's a potential that the run it back from Android is going to be good enough for the retake. So this is going to be a... Well, of course, every single round is going to be a crucial round for NRG at this point, but they have to play this smart.
The first 15 seconds, look at the minimap very closely because that's where a lot of the action's happening.
Yep.
Okay, Som doesn't want to fight in Showers if he can help it. The fault line almost catches him there, and Baby Bay, of course, with Marv, just push through the smoke because why not?
I like that he's doing it from short A, though. That's a long hallway to actually stun anybody coming around from the defender side instead of going from Shower side.
That's true, actually. Yeah, it gives it the full length of the fault line instead of just a small section of it. Som backs up. Paranoia does connect. Cloudburst, though, is going to keep FaZe safe as utility comes back in the direction of NRG. Baby basically with a paranoia here, but now he's ready to push. He's run out of patience, Van Silly. He smells blood. And here comes a Rolling Thunder. That is a huge connection as well. All of NRG are stuck inside vents right now, huddling together for some wards. And Baby Bay wants to try and press the advantage, but Shanks is there with the operator. Som, from the shadows now, gets himself in a backstab position, but the spike is heading to B, and Corey has paved the way for FaZe.
Yeah, that was NRG using their ultimate a little bit too early. Android using it proactively instead of reactively on a Rolling Thunder. It was fully canceled from Smoke's paranoia. He couldn't get any information out of it whatsoever, and a Rolling Thunder allowed them to get into B.
This timing. I mean, don't go through the teleporter, please. Zachary, he is waiting. Som gets onto the site and is actually able to smoke off 2 of the FaZe players here. So this is actually pretty efficient use of utility. Zachary, no! I don't know what happened there, but he was supposed to be ready for that push. Shanks goes down to the shock dart though, and now we have a 2v2. Hunter's Fury. Yep, it gets popped by Raucus now. He's going to prevent this defuse if he can. But Corey goes down to Raucus. It's vulnerable. He can't get out of this animation. He needs to fire off the bolts. Som is defusing. And Raucus can't stop it. Beautiful recovery from NRG there. That looked like it could be all but done.
Everything was expended in terms of ultimate for that round 2, because while the execution on the A side was happening for FaZe, you had a Hunter's Fury, that came out from EU at spawn side to defend the plant, which is why FaZe went into the B side, opened up actually, and that kill that you were wondering what happened to Zachary. Yes, he did hold towards that teleporter, but Daps just timing him. He waited and waited and waited. He's like, I think this might be the great time to go through that teleporter, opens that door, and got the backstab onto Zachary. Zachary didn't even react. He couldn't even turn around on time, and that forces now FaZe on a half buy.
Once again, the fault line from A short there means that it's really impossible for Som to avoid that at all. Still, no one's there to capitalize. FaZe have a really underpowered arsenal in this particular round, so they're really hoping for that early round utility to give them free kills. It's not the case as Raucus has already gone by the wayside. Excuse me, Corey.
Okay. So with that now, Zachary and the rest, I mean, with them following that early, they're going to have to try to go for this flash and dash into the B side for FaZe, see if they could actually get into a plant. But NRG is looking in a much greater spot here. And you know what? If I see a 12-9, I'll be happy. I'll count for the comeback, but this is still a very hard battle here for NRG.
Android from a comfortable little corner here on the side. He and Shanks can really crossfire this nicely. And bit of aggression from EU as he just pushes straight out of elbow and tries to nip this in the bud as early as possible. Marved in the teleporter with the candlestick. There's a game of Clue for you. It's going to be Shanks with 4 kills.
I'm actually happy for that. Seeing that the kills, even if they're ecos, they all went to the duelist. So Marv getting the 4K, he's 1 orb away from a showstopper. Android got 1. He could farm some orbs at the same time too, which would help them get into this comeback for NRG. So this battle potentially towards his long B orb or showers could still be very important for NRG, where FaZe could potentially capitalize on that when they went so aggressively in the showers and caught them off guard for NRG. This could be very good for FaZe for that. This time they're opting towards the B side, it seems like.
I love the interplay here. Shanks and Marved, I believe, entered Valorant together way back. These two know each other really well. So there's quite the rivalry playing itself out between those two. And Shanks has a ridiculous round just now. Real punishing play from the A side here. And FaZe are slowing it right down. They really don't want to waste this opportunity to close out.
Yeah, and they're even trying operators in here. So he's holding an off angle at the at Hookah. But this is one where if he misses the shot, he could be punished very quickly because he's not a jet. He's only a Raze at this point.
Corey doesn't get what he was looking for, which would have been an early foray out of Hookah. And now he's on backstab duty. Aldrone, I don't think it sees Marved. Probably only Baby Bay there.
Yeah, I think that's why Baby Bay actually ran into the Octagon. And with that could be already a big tell.
Well, I think, yeah, the Aftershock is a pretty big giveaway. The breach is close to the site, which means that FaZe may want to try and execute here. I mean, 2 curveballs for the price of 1. Android sends him around the corner, but it might not be enough here. Are you kidding? Som now has to get to the B side. Android and EU just get rolled. And Corey finally makes his way with perfect timing through Hookah and catches the player unaware. Som cleans up Marv, though. That is quite nice. 2v2 in the post line here, and Daps is trying to wrap around, but Som, he has other ideas. Looking to take things into his own hands right now, and Raucus once again has to try and win the game for FaZe. It's a tickle on the side. He gets the spray down. 3 bullets. It's not enough. He has to reload, and he wasn't ready. Daps will punish him for that
No time?
oversight. And NRG stay alive in the game. Yes.
I was
Plenty of
wondering why
time
he was
for the
just standing
defuse.
there. He was just standing on the open. It's like, what am I doing here? Did he crash? We're going to be like having an oh my god situation, but I got to give it. You got to thank Daps. You got to thank Som for energy to keep this team alive, because there was that slight miscommunication, because there was so much aggression coming in from the Octagon side, and the crossfire was already set up. EU was still alive. Daps and Andro was still alive, rather. There was no need for Shanks to turn around and try to support with that operator. And now he looks to support. They get backstabbed by Corey for a double kill there, where they could have lost that first map. So again, thank your stars for energy for the last two players that stay alive for Som and Daps. You can't let that happen again in terms of miscommunication.
FaZe here. Back to the Sheriffs. Starting to run out of opportunities to close this out. And they're going to be calling a tactical pause of their own here. Okay, I think it was actually FaZe that did call it here. Corey obviously having a fantastic game. Fans, it's actually insane how many of these rounds come down to just happenstance, or these timings, right? When Zachary inside teleport, or whether he's, there to receive Daps. It wasn't the case. In fact, he sort of got impatient, pushed out of TP, and Daps went in after him. Or that last round, where Corey comes on a late sort of wrap, a late lurk into Hookah and is able to catch a player, I believe it was Android, off guard.
Yep. Everything that you're seeing so far here, Uber, comes down to one word: timing for both of these teams. Because even the timing that they had rushing into Showers for FaZe that caught NRG off guard was something that came in their favor. You look at the beginning of the rounds for FaZe, when they flash and dash down towards Fountain for FaZe and caught 2-3 players off guard fully blinded. That's all timing right there. So both of these teams are reading each other correctly. But again, you have players like Corey. I think we mentioned at some point he was like at 18 kills on the defender side. Now he's only at 22. So that type of power in terms of the entry kills, the first bloods for FaZe, hasn't been as strong as we wanted them to be on the attacker side.
Do FaZe have the guts to pull off a bit of a force by map win here? Aldrone goes in and it soaks up the tripwire, and this is about to get nasty, baby. Hey, across the side. Okay, traded instantly, though. Looked like there could have been something there. Hunter's Fury also being used, and that's the second kill. Daps is down. Remember, FaZe don't have much with guns, but a Phantom was able to be picked up by Corey. Loft is low, but finds Som's head, and this isn't how it was supposed to go for NRG at all. They were just starting to find their stride, and FaZe, they take the spanner, slam it into the works, and now they're in a 4v2. From the shadows is used. Marv gets some information about exactly what's happening on the A site, but FaZe look like they're here to stay. No attempt at rotating. EU sends the spike loose, but Zachary, he trades, and now it is Android with it all to do, and the spike is off to B.
Oh. And that's it.
That won't be enough. Unbelievable stuff. FaZe Clan. Van Silly, they took